All right, welcome everyone at the next multi-network community sync. Today is June 25th. I kept this meeting for today just to kind of talk about some updates. I think there was a discussion and I want to drill that on. So let's get that. DRA work group talk about in resource slice. So let's talk about that as a next. So in terms of updates, I think the SIG networking is this week, but I will not be able to. I'm not ready yet to kind of talk about this on this SIG network. So we're gonna postpone it to the next one. The next one I think falls in. I'm not sure whether the next week happens. It might, right? I'm not sure because, or maybe not. I'm not sure. But I think it's a little bit too early because next week is just for us. It's day off next Thursday and Friday. So I'm postponing to the next. It's probably gonna be landing third week of July. I think that's what it is, if I'm not mistaken. So that's kind of the target date for kind of talking about this multi-network. Let me see. Yeah, that's 17th. So I have a bunch of comments on the doc to update and address. So I need to go through those yet, and then prepare for that kind of SIG review. But that's where currently I am at. To add the note, I did update it. That was like 2 weeks ago already. So kind of I did close the POC that I showed the first time. I did slight updates to that POC. It's still in the same. Where was this? It's still in the same path here. So targeting July 17th. Is that correct? I think July 17th, right? Yeah. So the other update would be the updated DRA net POC. So, and you can see over here what I did. I created a controller, and this is not related to DRA net. I created a controller for share this tab. I created a controller for the pod network, a very simple one. So basically what I did, DRA-Net now understands the condition of the pod network. So basically this is how I'm controlling to make sure that a network is valid or not for myself. And basically what I'm showing here is the enabled. There is enabled in pod network. So I can enable the network, which controls the readiness state. And that will add or remove a specific resource assignments to the specific resource, right, that it touches, right? And then if you look at the message here, this is a link to the controller. So you can go. I don't think I created a. It's a simple container runtime based controller. So there's no rocket science, but it has all the. It's all based on. Let me see. Maybe not this code. This is just a simple, so it has a make file and it should work and it can compile. So basically this is a standardized container runtime creation. So it will just, and it has a manifest here somewhere as well. You can deploy to your cluster and add it to your cluster to have the proper handling. It will just set the readiness to true. If the enabled is false or true, it will, based on that, it will change the readiness. And then based on that, the DRA net, on the other hand, reacts on the ready condition as well here. And it will then add or remove the label to the thing. And I think the other thing I did here was I added a trigger because before it was like I'm waiting. The DRAnet does a every, I think, 5 or 10 seconds refresh of the, or 1 minute, apologies. I think it's every minute does the refresh of the what sort of resources I have locally. And now it will add a trigger and trigger immediately if pod network got changed or something. So pod network controller in the DRAnet will add a trigger to the discovery mechanism. So it's more robust, the whole approach. So when I'm gonna do the demo in SIG networking, I don't have to wait anything. So just immediately everything will fly and work the way it should. So there is that. I think that's share this tab. So I think that's that I wanted to mention, and I think we can move on. So Gaurav, I'm not sure whether it was you or Masaharu, maybe that was you that brought the presence of the resource slice. But before we go, any questions to this too? To what I just said?
Sounds good. Thanks, Scott.
All right. So to the DRA resource. So we started talking before we started recording about the discussion in the DRA workgroup meeting on should a driver keep the taken resource, right? So and there was apparently it was not concluded. It looks like a contentious thingy. So maybe Gaurav, could you repeat, because this is what I might have missed. You said that how do we track what is taken via claim? So is scheduler supposed to grab all the claims and then match and see what's taken and what not? Is that what how it's supposed to be?
Yep. Masaharu, if maybe you'd like to take this up because you started that question, feel free.
Uh, yeah. So
So I think the question was, do you know how do we identify, because in DRAnet the way we assign or decide that something, a resource in the slice is taken, we just pull it out, right, from the list and we're done. Here, how would we track that if a specific resource is taken if we not do that, right? Is the scheduler supposed to grab all the claims and match? That's compute intensive, right? I would imagine. Is that, or was that the plan?
So, okay, I can help out over here.
Yeah.
Yes, I think you're right, Mache. Yes, that is how it exactly happens. So, to figure out the list of available devices, what is done is first all the devices are taken, which is assumed to be coming from resource slice. This is like, let's say, set A.
Mm.
And then we get all the resource claims, which gives us another set B, which is telling us what are the allocated devices which have been already allocated out of the entirety of the set. So we'll
So
suppose
all the resource claims, so all
yes,
the resource claims are taken, and I assume there is a pool. So there is a node name in there. There is
yes,
a
yes.
which resource, how many. Okay, so they create the same. They recreate a set B, which is
Yeah,
taken. Okay.
yes. So then you subtract A minus B, and then you get available.
Mm,
Yeah.
interesting. Okay.
But anyways, this is just something interesting. I don't think it's worth spending our time over here in this discussion.
Yeah, they need to decide what it is, right? I
Yeah,
think whatever they decide, I don't think this is anything multi-network related
yeah,
or
it isn't at
affects
all.
us.
Not at all.
I don't think it affects us in any ways. It's just we're gonna have to be compliance with the standard, whatever they're gonna decide, and just go with that, right? And
Yeah.
whether it's a network device or normal device, whatever device it is, it's still applicable for us, I think. So it should be fine. Though I remember the Mac VLAN plus VLAN use case when we talked about it. I think one of the areas was to let's remove the parent so nobody can cake it, right? But that can be I don't know, what can that be? That might be tricky. Create a dummy resource claim that, yeah, this is, oh, it won't be able to create a dummy resource claims with a assignment that it's taken, and then how would you would have to track to garbage collected or something. Oh my god, something like that maybe then. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can give that some thought. That the use case has that we are talking about is linked in your presentation, right? In the intro slides.
The Mike VLAN, I think now it was, yes,
It's in the
it is
different
one.
one. Okay, okay.
No, it was a different slides. Let me see. There should be somewhere here. This one's there. This one.
Okay,
I think
okay.
this one has that use case where we talked about when we talked about. Let me maybe just. You're right. That's a fair point to put it in record links. Intro. Let me do this here as well. Let me do slides. Let's have it on a pin it. Okay. Okay. Anything else here? I think as we discussed, this just matters on whatever they're gonna decide. That's what we're gonna go for and use.
Yep.
Any other topics? Anyone? If not, then I think we can call it. Because I was suspecting it's gonna take short time. So, all right, folks.
Sounds
Thanks
good.
everyone.
A lot.
And see you. Probably I will cancel next week if there won't be any topic. I don't think I'm gonna have more updates. And then if anything, and then in 2 weeks probably, maybe at one point we have to consider switching it to bi-weekly then.
I think that would make sense. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks
All right.
everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.